So it is 5:12 a.m. August 25th, 2025. I feel like this day is happening again. I could have sworn when I made my video yesterday, I said the same thing, August 25th. For all these psychics that are doing all these ridiculous readings on me and everything, I have found that a lot of stronger psychics have already put out a lot of the information that some of you not so strong psychics are putting out now. But it also feels like there's dimensional distortions and time lapses, and I don't know if my manifestations are participating in that. Probably. But the more that everything is unfolding, the more I am so fascinated at what we really can do if we focus our energies on a better world. You know, like, I know as psychics, tarot card readers, whatever you want to call you guys selves, mystics, blah, blah, blah. I know that you feel your power is only, based in being able to read things, but it's not. Like, your power is so much more too. You are able to use that manifestation into something that you love. And that's probably why you do that. Another thing that I wanted to say, sorry, that was just kind of a thought, but another thing I wanted to say for the most recent situations. So, the last video that I did, I was talking about basically that I was pregnant, and I already know, I don't know the names, but I know the generalities of the participants involved with the voodoo doll and doing what they had to do to try to see if they could hurt me. What I want to do is I want to tell you a few things. I didn't know I was pregnant for the first week. I had morning sickness, but I wasn't sure, so I brushed it off. And by the third, people are playing around outside. The little witches are playing around outside. But I brushed it off. I was like, nah, it's not. I haven't had sex. Nobody's messed with me. I've been locking myself in my room. I should be fine, right? So then I wanted to go to the bar. I wanted to go to the bar like 4 or 5 times within the last 4 weeks. And every time I would drive to the bar, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and it was like every time I would drive to the bar, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get a couple drinks. I just want to drink and just kind of ignore reality. There would be one of those monsoon weather kind of conditions coming on where it was heavy wind, hailing, raining, heavy flooding. And so I'd have to pull over because my poor little sedan, I know her limits. So I'd pull over and I'd sit there, and I would sit there for an hour. So then I would look up stuff online. I would talk to God and, ask him to kind of give me some kind of understanding about stuff, etc., etc. And after an hour, sometimes if I tried to go to the bar at like 9 o'clock, the tsunami, it's monsoon, there we go, the monsoon would subside early after an hour. So it's like not even 11 o'clock. So I'm like, okay, cool. I could get one drink and, I could still proceed to the bar. And even like I'm telling you, I tried to do this 4 or 5 times because I just wanted to get out of my head. And 4 or 5 times, each time, obviously it was different. Like sometimes I would go later and then there would be that monsoon weather and then I'd be like, forget it, I'm just going to go home. And then the monsoon weather would end. And then other times I would try like really hard to go to the bar. And I would try twice. And the first time I would get halfway there and then the monsoon weather would happen. And then I would sit there and after an hour the monsoon weather would end. So I'm like, cool, the storm ended. And now there were a couple times that I did end up driving. Well, there was like one time where I did end up driving and I ended up driving back toward the monsoon weather. So I already knew I was going to go back into it. But there were a couple other times where I went, like the monsoon weather went the opposite direction. So I was like, cool, the storm is gone. I still got time. I can go to the bar. And I start driving back to the bar. And I'm driving away from the storm. And I kid you not even like 5-10 minutes back on the road going toward the bar. And the monsoon weather came right back. And so I had to sit there again for another hour. And by this time it was like 12:30, almost 1 o'clock at night. So I was like, well, there's no point in going to the bar now. The reason I'm telling you this story is because I didn't know I was pregnant. I thought, but I wasn't sure. But I didn't know. But every time I wanted to drink, which would do what to a pregnancy, and I really do believe that was not just divine timing. That was a message. I was supposed to be pregnant. I was supposed to have those children. So all you people that are participating in my demise, I know who I am. And the thing is you just killed divine entities in me. Or an entity, a divine entity in me. And my collective I have already given the power of my collective to do whatever they see fit for your judgments. And I will not condemn them. I will not hate them. Because they have given me enlightenment. And they have protected me all my life. And without them, I wouldn't be here. And without them, I wouldn't be who I am. So I have given up my everything. Like I've accepted that I have no control and I will be guided by their judgment. I will let them judge and guide the way they see fit, and I will simply be obedient to it. So I know who I am. And I have answered the call, so there's no going back now. And they want this to happen. Humanity needs this to happen. Gaia needs this to happen. So, not only did you kill a divine entity in me, but to my understanding, you hired another hitman. You know how many hired hitmen I've already been on me? Like, this is just so ridiculous. And I didn't know about it. I learned about it. You can't stop me now. You can't stop what God wants. Like, you're literally trying to fight a volcano. You don't have the means. You don't have the power. You don't have the tools. You don't have the knowledge. You are out of your league. And what I have manifested, you cannot touch. This will come into fruition, whether you want it to or not. And yeah, return to sender. I pray for your souls. I really do pray for your souls. You guys are so lost. And I'm learning that when you dabble with sacrifices, especially blood sacrifices, you dabble with some really dark stuff. You need to be sure it's going to work. But that's the problem. It's a risk. But it was a risk you were willing to take, so you conjure this kind of stuff and it doesn't work. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Newton's third law. I guess science and spirituality are not too different. Rest in peace, Jessica. I will pray for you. And I hope in the next life, you're not my enemy. You were the dragon, and I'm the tiger. And in the Chinese horoscope, the dragon and the tiger are yin and yang. We always were. And I always wanted to keep up a peace offering with you, always. I loved you. I looked up to you. I listened to you. You're my sister. You're my older sister. You were supposed to protect me and take care of me and guide me. Not envy me and harass me and try to destroy me. But you wanted my life. Well, now you have to pay the price for failing. The rest of you, just so sick. You guys just need to stop. I know that your deaths are not on my hands, but I don't like the fact that you're dying because of what you're trying to do to me. I don't like the fact that you're getting hurt because of what you're trying to do to me. I haven't done anything to anyone, and you guys just like, I hate this woman. And I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that you feel that way. But I'm not going anywhere. God's not going anywhere. Judgment is not going anywhere. So come to terms with that.